I'm told that this side is 7, this angle is beta, and it's 60 degrees, and I'm supposed to find everything else. That means I'm supposed to find side AB, I'm supposed to find angle alpha, and I'm supposed to find the hypotenuse. Any suggestions? How do you know? Yeah. Alpha is actually supposed to be alpha. Is 90 minus 60 or 30 because the angles, those other angles add up to 90 degrees. So we got that one down. That's 30 degrees. All right, now what?
Now, beta is 60.
Okay.
We already did that? Okay.
Yeah, we got that.
Just do it right now.
Well, because we already have it. How?
If you're not doing it with the special triangles, don't you have to use sine and stuff?
Okay, if I use sine, what am I going to get? Sine of what?
Sine of 60 equals.
Sine of 60 equals
Little b over, or beta over delta.
Yeah, so yes, we can use a sine, but we have to be careful because if we use a sine of beta, what's my opposite side? This side over here, AB, do I know how long that is? Nope, I don't. Over the hypotenuse, do I know how long that is?
Just switch it to tangent.
Not yet. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So we don't want to use, we've got to be careful. Even though we were given beta, it's not going to work to use sine for it. So we switch over to alpha. So sine of 30 is going to equal, now this time, here's my angle. So the opposite side is this one. Do I know how long BC is? 7. Over the hypotenuse. And since I can't draw on the screen, I'm going to write hypotenuse. That way I don't have to say this is my x. By the way, in the next piece of this problem where you're figuring out how long AB is, make sure you don't use x for that variable if you use x for your hypotenuse, because x cannot be used to mean two different things in the same problem. So what do I do with this? What?
7 divided by sine 30.
Do I divide step? Well, you have to get me there. You can't. Remember, we got you with steps. We haven't got there yet. What do I need to do now?
Just 7 to the other side.
Get the hypotenuse by itself. How?
Multiply
on each side.
Multiply it on each side. So I have my hypotenuse times the sine of 30. By the way, the reason I did not just plop in the number for sine of 30 is because often it's a messy number. This one's nice, but when you're doing these problems, it may not be. So leaving it as the sine of 30 until you get to the end makes life easier. Is equal to what? 7. Now what? Divide by this number, so I get the hypotenuse equals 7 divided by sine of 30. And, oops, I probably told you guys to use calculators, didn't I? Pull out your calculator. Do 7 divided by sine of 30. And I'd be willing to bet you're going to get the wrong number. Why is it likely you're going to get the wrong number? Because if you listened to me like a week ago when I told you to put your calculator in radians, you got the wrong answer because these are degree problems. So you want to put it in degrees. So we'll switch to degrees here. You hit mode, and then you'll see the third one down is radians degrees. So go over to degrees, hit enter. What? Yes, we want to put it in degrees. And then when we do that, we find out that the hypotenuse is 14. And that is the right answer. as opposed to the -7 thing. That was, by the way, a real good clue that something was wrong. When I got an answer for the hypotenuse of -7, why did that clue me in that I did something not quite right? You can't have sides of a triangle be negative. So that's when you go check to see, okay, was it in the math or was it somewhere else?
If we like label our sides like X, Y, and Z or something, is that okay?
Yes. Yes, that's fine, but see, I can't draw them up here, so that's why I'm using hypotenuse, because it's clear.
Yeah.
How would you show your work
If you were doing this one, what would you want to do to do this one? Is that what you're asking?
yeah,
We just wanted to draw them.
like 2 times 7, stuff like that?
Actually, what I'd rather have you do is, if you were going to do this, are you going to do it with 60 or 30? Which angle are you going to use?
30.
You want to use the 30? Okay, so you would say that for